everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Therese. If we're new here, we're so glad that you found us, and if we are returning, welcome back. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make some homemade cheese. We're going to make a homemade white American cheese. Here we do a lot of things like meatball subs and Philly cheesesteaks and homemade macaroni and cheese, and all of it's from scratch, but inevitably not the cheese we melt down to put on top. So today we're going to solve that issue and we're going to make our own cheese. So I was fortunate enough the other day that my milk gal called and I was able to go pick up a couple gallons of milk. So that's what I'm going to be using, is my fresh farm milk from my milk gal. But you can use regular milk as well. So we need a gallon of milk. We need some cheddar cheese powder. Now guys, this stuff is awesome, not just for making American cheese, for putting on popcorn and for making sauces with. There's a lot of uses for this other than just this cheese we're going to be doing today. So we need some salt, which I have here, some citric acid, some baking soda, and a tablespoon of butter, which I have in here. That's all you're going to need. It's real ingredients. It's a clean cheese, and let's get started on it. Just a quick note, this is the only ingredient that I would guess that you probably don't have in your pantry, is the cheddar cheese powder. I've been using King Arthur's, as your standard also sells it. It's only a few ingredients, guys. It's pasteurized milk, salt, cheese cultures, enzymes, whey, buttermilk, salt. Basically that's what's in it. It's clean, it's good, and this is probably the one ingredient you'll have to order in. Other than that, you probably have everything on hand to make this cheese right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add our milk, our gallon of milk, into my heavy bottom pot. We have attached to this pot a thermometer. You can use a candy thermometer, that would work just fine. What we're going to be doing next is bringing this up to 140 degrees. So while that milk is coming up to temperature on my stovetop, I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of citric acid to a 1/4 cup of water and dissolve it. So find our teaspoons. Do 1, 2, 3. And give it a stir to combine and dissolve that citric acid. We'll let this sit while we're bringing that milk up to temperature. So as we get further into being more self-sufficient, making food from scratch, I'm discovering that it's really not that difficult in most cases. It just takes a little bit of time and just doing it. So some of our favorite things that we've learned to make ourselves from milk are, of course, fresh butter, separating out and having cream and having whipping cream, but also yogurt. We've made yogurt with it, and this cheese. So those are you can make milk kefir. We've made all those things before, and none of them are hard. They just take doing. So those are some of our favorite things to do with the milk. So I'm really looking forward to this batch of the white American cheddar. One of the things that I'm going to do is I have some beef sausage in the fridge, and I want to make a cheddar potato sausage soup. So this is going to add a really nice cheddar creamy flavor to it, and I'm really looking forward to trying this cheese with that recipe. So we're just about there. We're at 137 degrees, and we got to reach that 140 degrees Fahrenheit. This has taken just 10 minutes to reach this temperature, guys. It really doesn't take that long to make this cheese, and you can do so much with it. So once the alarm goes off, we'll be adding in that citric acid mixture we made. We're turning the oven off at this point, so the stove top is turned off. And we're going to add in that citric acid mixture into this. So I'm just taking and stirring that up, dissolving it all in there. And we're going to pour it all in. we're going to stir. We are stirring this gently until it's separated, and it looks like it's pretty much separated, guys. This is what we're looking like here. So the next thing we have to do is we have to drain off the whey and put the cheese through a cheesecloth. So we're going to be moving over to the sink next. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and see if we can pour this whey off. Now this whey I'll be putting back into one of our glass jars, and we'll be taking it down to the pigs. Being that we are a working homestead, nothing gets wasted. So at this point, let me turn it around, try and get a little more. So we've drained most of the whey off, and now I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the whey out by putting it in some cheesecloth. We poured the whey in the glass milk jug like I had discussed, and now I'm going to go ahead and get the cheese in the cheesecloth that's in the strainer. Yeah, just like this, and then we're just going to squeeze out the rest of the whey. Let it drip. So it's in the cheesecloth now, and it's going to be let set 10 minutes to finish draining the whey off. So while we're waiting for the cheese to finish dripping through our cheesecloth over there, we're going to go ahead and prepare our bread pan. We're just going to put a layer of plastic wrap in, and this is what we're going to wrap our cheese in after it sits. And so we're all ready to put it in, and we'll move on to the next step here in a few minutes. So it's been 10 minutes, and now I'm going to add the cheese back into the pot. And we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. So we are going to add in 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of butter, and the 4 tablespoons of cheddar cheese powder, and another 1/4 cup of milk back in. Now we're going to turn this on, and we're going to heat through until all the lumps are dissolved. I'm going to keep it on low, guys. Start breaking it up and heating it through and stirring it all together. Okay, guys, we switched to a smaller pot so we could get it heating up better. It's starting to get smooth. There's still a little ways to go. It does look like this. This is normal. And it does taste amazing. So we're just about to where it's all the way smooth. And we'll get it put in our pan. Good. So it's smooth and evenly blended. So we're going to go ahead and add it into our bread pan and get it cooling down. So we've got it in the pan. I'm going to go ahead and fold over the saran wrap. I made the mistake one time of not folding it over. It did get a little bit hard on top. It still worked and melted just fine, but I'm going to go ahead and drape that rest of the saran over, and we'll get it in the fridge. Okay, guys, so it's been sitting in the fridge for a couple of hours. It's nice and solid. It's delicious. It melts down beautifully. You can use this for all of your melted cheese needs, the mac and cheese, the queso cheese, the cheese for the Philly cheesesteaks and what have you. It's really affordable way to do it. This is going to come in well under the cost of regular Velveeta cheese without all the junk in it. So I hope you give it a try. Hope you liked the video. Leave your comments and questions down in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one.